First guest would be Raymond Cheong, who took a flight from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, to attend this conference. He has a very rich track record of working in blockchain technology field. He was a founder of Open Asia Exchange, and right now he runs his blockchain academy in Asia. And he'll be able to share information about the current activities in Malaysia and Asia. He's also frequently often visiting China, Singapore, Japan. He's traveling extensively, and that would be just great to catch a glimpse of this experiment that he is having as a blockchain leader in Asia. Please go ahead.
Hello. First of all, thank you very much, George. Thank you for the introduction. I think same with the earlier speaker flying in from Malaysia. I'm a bit lucky. I stopped by at Istanbul. As you know, Turkey have some issue with their currency, and it's a good stopover. And I managed to take a look surrounding Turkey or Istanbul. It's not as bad as what is being reported. It's not as bad. Okay.
So that there is some political tensions between Turkey and United States.
Surprisingly, that only Chinese people will take the opportunity on that. Let me share with you a small talk on the Istanbul, Turkey crisis before I start. Just a little bit side talk. A lot of people look at that as a crisis, but the Chinese people, in fact, overnight gained tremendous money from that event itself. What happened is that Chinese people is very creative. What they did is that they used, during the currency have this arbitrage, can have the difference. They purchase a lot of air ticket online with the lira, and then with their credit card, the next day they return and surrender their ticket and get refunded. Overnight they get from 100,000 become 120,000. This is Chinese.
A lot of people with a lot of tickets.
Yeah. So until the tour agent need to stop the whole transaction, whereby all the ticket that they purchase is to be refunded. So that is called opportunity. Now come back to the question. Thank you very much for the introduction. Myself, I have 30 years of banking experience, and I started blockchain quite a bit. I mean, a couple of years back, 3-4 years back, during that time. And I am at China for 10 years. I'm the ex-KPMG partner in Beijing, in charge of fintech and blockchain. Having said that, currently I'm on my own. I started a blockchain academy, global blockchain academy, and doing a lot of research work. Last week, I just published an overview of global blockchain ICO regulatory perspective covering 65 countries, and it's a very complete report. Too bad is the first version is in Chinese. I think the coming week I will translate into English and other language. Hopefully online by the next 2 to 3 weeks we can have another copy of the English version. Now, from my experience, as I think the speaker on the Coin Valley had mentioned that the Western world and the China especially, the eastern part is so different. What happened is that the way they look at the cryptocurrency is more in speculation. They want a fast money, fast gain. Compared to the Western, more investing, looking at the project, looking at the funding that you get, where you spend.
You have already mentioned that they are more of an opportunistic. Correct. And you gave the great example of this.
Correct. So when on the September 4th, when China stopped the whole ICO, I think there's a purpose on that, because it's getting too hot. Everybody is just throwing their money in and to gain the short-term gain on the exchange. Currently, for the all of them have going out from China, whereby all the platform, I think 80% of the exchange, digital exchange platform technology come from China. I would say
so. What is the current environment right now? Because I still hear that there are a lot of ICOs that are using funds.
Yeah, they are using another way. Chinese people are very, put it this way, very sneaky. Okay, they will find their way out. If government say no this, they will find.
Is it legal to share this?
It's not
ways here?
It's not the issue. I'm not from China. I'm Malaysian.
That's why he's talking. So it's a free way about
No,
Chinese.
but it's true. It's true. The Chinese people will find way. All the exchange currently. May I know how many of you all know how many digital exchange out there in the market? 5,000, 6,000.
Then maybe more. If you count the white label exchanges, it might be even more.
Yeah, in the statistic is 12,000 digital exchange. How many countries in the whole world? We have 12,000 digital exchange. That is
197 countries, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's around 200.
200
But we have already have 1,200. That is the statistic given figure. But the unknown is another 8,000. All in, there's 20,000 exchange out there. And if 80% from that platform is from China, and they clone everybody can create an exchange.
Is it just to look at this more realistically? It's just because there is a huge rate based on the population size?
It's not.
What other reasons are
It's
behind it?
not.
Okay, they are opportunistic. They are.
Yes. A lot of people want to create an exchange. You don't build from scratch. It's too expensive. The Chinese people don't have copyright concept. Okay. There's no intellectual property. Everyone will take a copy and then sell it off.
So copyright, they have some issues with copyright.
Now
we know it here.
In the whole of Southeast Asia, all the exchange platform is from China. What happens is that they are very smart. They do a joint venture. If can get a local license in Malaysia, in Thailand, Philippines, I will provide you the platform. So both of us joint venture together, 50-50, come to the profit. So that's the best way. Within 1 month, another exchange come up. Another 1 month, another
case from Shanghai. Glenn, are you here? I hope he didn't leave the room. He's not here.
It's supposed to be this type of chat that you want to hear.
Glenn, oh, you are here. Okay. So everything is in
now.
the order, right?
Other than that, of course, we are complying with all the regulation whichever country is imposed on all these exchanges. Yesterday, I think 2 days ago, Thailand have just approved, the SEC have approved 7 licenses to the blockchain company. 5 of them is doing blockchain business. Only 2 is given the license to do as the digital exchange platform.
Also, the number of patents are raising rapidly. The patents that governments give to decentralized distributed system field companies nowadays. I want to open this discussion and do you have any questions? Or if you have any questions, please feel free to ask regarding the ongoing environment in China, in Asia. So currently, back to the topic of exchanges, right? So which one, can you sort or filter these exchanges? Which one is the number one right now in Asia? Which one is the highest?
I think the first one,
because we have a completely different system here in the United States. We have Coinbase, for example. Like we have we have exchanges that comply with the regulations and they follow the regulations. So it's a completely different system in China, right? So
within the 4 walls, I would say, all these transaction statistic is not true. Whichever exchange they tell you that they have a very large volume and transaction in China.
I want to interrupt you. Are you talking about Coinbase as well?
Yes, I would say yes.
So is there any
Because a lot of transaction is they want to put up their transaction volume and the reputation. Just like what earlier we mentioned by another speaker about this reputation. Reputation is gain, not buy. And that is not true in the east side of the world, like in China. For example, just now earlier one of the speakers talking about this reputation, you gain it, you're gonna buy your reputation, you have to build it slowly. That's not true. Even all the Alibaba you see, all the e-commerce shops, all the volume, all the good 5-star is all given paid to make the remarks. In China, we call it 水兵, that means water army. They pay every student 5 cents, 10 cents, comment, good comment, good comment. I pay you $500, I
They pay for the reviews.
Yes. So this type of issue cannot be solved unless even you say the blockchain should come in. The same, because it's a human behavior. You can buy a reputation. At least from now, you can't solve that issue. In the Eastern world. Western maybe yours is more honest. So whatever comment you can see in the Alibaba, whatever website, there is good comment. You know, the hotel is good, the product is good. Well, we have to discount 50%.
Is that Malaysian people are really serious and angry about China.
So is there a competition?
Maybe I might not able to walk out from the room.
Could you please compare, is there any like a big serious competition between Malaysian blockchain, let's say, field and Chinese blockchain field? Is there some kind of clash?
Not really. Now, even all these Chinese people, all these crypto big bosses, they are branching out to Southeast Asia, the small country, Malta, Vanuatu. I've been to Vanuatu a few times, trying to get a digital license there. Fiji, all these small countries whereby the rule and regulation is not strict and you can easily bypass all the.
So what about the regulations and ICO regulations in Malaysia?
Malaysia have not issued any license yet. Based on my report, and even last week I talked to the central bank, they have issued 10 pre-approval. The pre-approval by the central bank is telling these 20 companies they have complied with the AML, EKYC, but the license is not issued by the central bank, it is issued by the SEC. So until this moment, what I know of is Malaysia have not given any issue, have not issued any license.
SEC of Malaysia.
Yes, but only Thailand now have issued 2, and Philippines, yes. Vietnam and all this, you can see a lot of this exchange claim that they have get the license, but it's not true. It's not true at all.
One more time. Any questions from the audience regarding state? No. Here we have American guests. One more. Okay, please. In order to regulate those exchanges in China, you mean? Yeah, I mean, there's a strict regulations in China, right?
I think most probably will go through back to the same way of how the banks is working. A lot of countries have many banks, and yet they have to do the merger and acquisition, whereby the smallest one will go off, will die off, because you cannot compete with the big one. Now, as you can see, it's very competitive, it's not making any money at all. Whether you can list your coins, you can get the payment, or the transaction fees is free. So the remaining, what I can see is that all the small ones will not survive. Now they have another way called they join together. That means exchange A customer can go to do exchange B, exchange C, they merge together and become a conglomerate of exchanges. Yeah, they are consolidating themselves, the small one.
Actually, cross trading is not legal.
So they try to share their customer information and customer.
By the way, I will not name an exchange that I worked with. They went to Panama because of the cross-trading rules and regulations. There's very strict cross-trading regulations in the United States. Okay, thank you. And okay, one last question. Very good question. So the question is how we can use these sneaky ways to market an American ICO in China. That's the question, right? Absolutely. Are you Chinese? That was a joke.
A lot of what from the statistic we can get is that Chinese is still the big gambler and a big investor in the ICO, despite the country have banned all the ICO, not allow Chinese people to buy cryptocurrency from any. They are using other way, OTC. Another way is called the Taiko. It means someone help you to purchase it, then get the gain and things. There's many ways to go about, not under their own name or outside the country. Whether that is legal or that is right, I rather not say anything. But in my report, I did mention what is the risk that if you are doing it this way, what is the risk you are taking? If you really, as a Chinese, let's say I'm a Chinese citizen, I'm still buying outside, and I'm using other name or another passport. Another finding very shocking to me, a lot of Chinese having another foreign country passport. When they do their trading, they use a passport. When they're in China, they use their ID card. This is still not, the information is still not shared at this moment. So they are very smart with doing that, and
Here you have
there's another way out.
Here we have a few tips how to do it. Yeah, so just to add, and that will be probably the last comment for this fireside chat, because it might continue hours. It's so interesting.
If any one of you have any information, please feel free to contact me, especially for the China and Asia market. Let me know anything we can work together. That's what the purpose we are here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and